It is 9/29, Sunday, January 25th. Yeah, 25th. First two things to get out of the way is my wife's car. We finally got the registration in, so she's got the 2016 tags on it now, and all the registration that properly shows her name. So that's a good thing. It's been running great, no complaints. Probably next weekend I'm going to take it in to the Ford dealer and get an oil change, because who knows when the last time it's been done. This way it will, it'll have an oil change, and I'll know when the last oil change was. And then two, I can't remember if I mentioned, I think I mentioned it, but we got solar panels put on the house, and we got the permission to operate, the PTO, like the 20th of December. So I've been going back and forth with the solar company, and they finally came out and fully turned it on. Well, I contacted them, and they said, okay, well, it needs a new meter. So, okay, so they come out, they check the meter, everything's fine. So I come home, it's not on. So I call back the next day and say, hey, you came out, what'd you guys do? Oh, well, we checked the meter and it's fine. Okay, it's not turned on. Why is it not turned on? And, oh, we don't know. So they come out and turn it on. And I tell them, call me when you got it turned on. So they turn it on and say, hey, yeah, it's working great. That's okay, cool. So I'm going to come home tonight, everything's working fine, I don't need to do anything. Oh, well, we can't leave it on because the electric company has to come out and they have to check it. And I said, yeah, they're going to give you a yellow tag, right? He says, oh, yeah. I said, I already got one. It's been upstairs for a month. I've been going back and forth with you guys of getting it turned on. Oh, okay, well, then we'll just leave it on. Duh. So anyway, I think that was Wednesday. So the panel's been going for 3 or 4 days now, and they seem to be pulling in about 16 kilowatt hours, I guess, in. But when they explained it all to me, and with the amount of energy that we use, and I think we use like 9,300 kilowatt hours a year, 9,314, something like that. And with the, they set up the system to create 9,600. Well, 9,600 divided by 365 is like 26 kilowatt hours per day. So I got to call this week and say, hey, shouldn't it be producing more? It could be because, possibly the days are shorter right now, but, what are we going to get, 2 or 3 hours more during the summer? And I don't see 2 or 3 hours creating an extra, 30% power. So got to call them on that. And then you may have noticed I have some wood sitting here. So, what is today, Sunday? So Friday night, my wife says, hey, did you see the post on Facebook about the lady, selling wood? No. So it turns out she's in a group called Everything But the Kitchen Sink Eastvale. And I'm in, buy, sell, trade, and exchange, and all those other ones, but I hadn't heard of that one. And wasn't a member, so I had to come down onto her computer and check her Facebook to find that post so that I could do a personal message to the lady selling it. And it turns out her father is 78 years old, and has been a woodworker for all his life. And before that, his father was a cabinet maker, I think. So he's got this mass of wood sitting there. And this is just the wood that's by the entrance to the garage. Way back in the back is the good stuff. So I messenger on Facebook and said, hey, where's this located? It's Montebello. It's like a 45-minute drive from here. So I said, hey, I will come out and, get what I can. And so she headed back out this morning. I got her phone number. So I made it out there, I don't know, about 11. And how to explain this? They're doing this for his own good. The garage he's got all kinds of old tools in there, you know, planers and sanders and table saws from the 50s. But he spent so much time collecting all this wood that he can't get to anything. And he's 78 years old, so he can't pick up these boards. So the stuff on the front, the majority of it is 4/4, 12-inch clear pine. So, you know, this wood's just, it's awesome. You can tell it's old. The grain is tight. You know, it's 12 inches wide. Actually, I didn't measure. I'm assuming it's 12 inches. Let's see. Okay, looks like 11 5/8. So it's 11 5/8 wide, so, you know, it's 12 inch. And 8 feet long. Terrific deal. So I think I got 6 of those because that's pretty much all I could fit in my car. I had it, you know, all the way shoved all the way up on the dash. You know, much more I think would have crushed it. So farther in the back was the good stuff. So I got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I think, 8 pieces of mahogany, which I think it's mahogany. I'm not 100%. This one I think is mahogany too. I'm not sure. There's some cedar in here, and this I think was walnut. I don't know my woods, but I got 6 of the like I said, 4/4 by 12 by 8 feet of the clear pine. I got an 8-foot length of oak, which I think is 6 or 7 inches wide. I got a big piece of ash. I think I got 2 pieces of ash. I got 1 piece of walnut, and a couple other things. The problem was the kids were doing this for their father's good. Because I mean, the poor guy. I mean, he's 78, and they showed me some of the stuff in the house. He made some beautiful pieces back in the day, but he can't pick up 8-foot lengths of board. And he had a walkway. I mean, worse than me. He had a walkway this big on one side of the garage to go back, and then a walkway going back that way, and that's it. Everything else, I mean, you got this huge mass of wood in there with all the stuff piled on top, and then back in the back he had all the good woods piled up, you know, to this tall. And then against the wall he had a lumber rack up and all kinds of wood up there. He had like a 24-inch disc sander kicking it in the corner that I could see, a big old planer in the corner, and, you know, a table, I think a couple of table saws. He had a chop saw over here, or a miter saw over here, and he can't do any woodworking. He can't go out and putter because he can't get to anything. He can't move around. So they're, you know, making him sell the wood. So I'm there the whole time, you know, picking through this stuff, and he's just standing there. And he's not getting mad, but you could see him over there just not being happy. So I felt bad in that respect, but then on the other hand, look at this wood that I'm getting. So, and then the lady messaged me tonight and thanked me, because apparently she was getting all kinds of people. She lives in my area here, you know, like a half mile away. She was getting all kinds of people messaging her saying, "Oh, I'd love to get that stuff, but can you bring it to me? Or can I pick it up at your house?" And she's got like a little Honda. She can't carry this stuff around. So I was the only person who said, "Hey, I'll drive out there." So, you know, it took 3 hours of my time to be able to drive out there and, you know, pick it up and weed through it and get it in my car and drive. You know, I had to grab something to eat and drive back. But to me, it's totally worth it. This stuff is just, this is awesome. The big clear pine, I'm really thinking I'm going to make a farm table. So we've got, you know, an oak table in our house right now that my sister gave me 10 years ago, I think. And it's a nice table, but it's got the pedestal in the middle, and then it has the, you know, it's round, and then it has the center add into it. And with the boys, you know, it rocks a little bit. You know, I've tightened it. So, and eventually, I would really like all the furniture and tables and chairs and coffee tables and end tables and all that stuff in my house to have been built by me. So I'm really thinking that the clear pine is going to make an awesome farm table. So I just need to design something that will be sturdy and show off that pine. On the flip side, I now need to buy a planer at the very least, and most likely a jointer. So I know Lowe's and Sears have, you know, a 6-inch joiner that's like this big for, I think, $269. So, you know, I'd really like to get something bigger, but I don't have the room until I can sell my truck. You know, I don't know if you guys have seen, but I have a body dropped Toyota Tacoma truck that I take to car shows. I've had it for 17 years, and it's down to where I pretty much take it to 1 or 2 shows a year. So I'm really thinking it'll be time, you know, for that to go. But, you know, we'll have to wait and see. But I'm definitely going to need a planer because this is all rough, you know, rough sawn, and then probably a jointer. So the planer, you know, we're looking $300-400 at least. I don't want to get the bottom of the line on that. You know, they're all roughly the same size. So let's see how much how good of a planer I can get, and I'll have to build a mobile stand for it, and then probably the little joiner. But next weekend is Super Bowl. So I got a birthday party on Saturday, Super Bowl on Sunday. I had planned on making a mantle clock today. That got all out, you know, thrown out the window once I got, you know, access to go get this. And then my wife got sick, so you know, she was sick and had to watch the boys for 3 hours. So which, you know, power to her. You know, very, very proud of her. So anyway, hopefully in 2 weeks. My brother and I are going to go back out there and get some more of that clear pine, so that he can make a farm table for his house too. But look for an update next Sunday after the Super Bowl. I don't know how much I'll have to report, but you know, hopefully maybe we'll do something with this, but who knows. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you next week. I don't know why I'm doing the pointing thing. Kind of started doing that lately. I don't know why. Anyway, see ya.